obviously we have a different way of doing it at Liverpool, so that's how it is.
But when Jarrett slipped, it's Mohamed Salah's 100th goal in the Premier League.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
We have to win for David Silva and his girlfriend, Jessica.
I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I will be in trouble.
Let's talk about six, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about...
But there's only one man on the back page. There's only one number on the back page. That's the man, and the number is 7. Manchester United 4, Newcastle United 1.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Dinyeko Baloy.
I'm Sandy Limzinyane.
And together we are
Beards and football. Why are you making
Why are you laughing?
No. You're making it dramatic for no reason.
because I've always wanted to say welcome back to my channel. Oh, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment here on the... Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our director must make sure that
Here. Director. Here. On the strip below.
Yeah. So there's a lot to talk about. Well, not a lot actually, because
You didn't ask me how am I doing.
we'll get to that part when I ask about Chelsea. I don't feel like there's a lot to talk about as far as all the top 6 clubs, because we've covered a lot of that information already. But we didn't dive deeply into Liverpool, and considering the fact that they haven't spent a lot of money this window, and so many things. Like, they only brought in Ibrahima Konate, who I believe is a fucking solid defender. But how do you feel about their spending this summer?
Man, Klopp, man. Klopp will tell you, I don't believe in spending money, doesn't believe in spending money.
Mm-hmm.
But funny enough, the season when they won the league and the Champions League, they went out to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I think for me personally, I think it's a thing of he's not trying to look like all the other clubs who are out splurging money. Or he's also not trying to... He went back to a rebuilding phase, right? So he doesn't want the pressure of fans and other pundits saying that, hey, you spent X amount of money, but you have nothing to show for.
Okay. I don't think that, because I believe that he also wants to spend, because, it's competitive business at the end of the day. And when you look over at your neighbors and you see Manchester United splurging 100 and something million, you see Manchester City buying one player for 100 million. Arsenal, who are stuck in the doldrums,
spent the most actually.
Have spent the most money, and Liverpool haven't spent much, close to nothing. They only brought in one player and they sold quite a few. So I feel like as far as depth and they're challenging on so many other fronts, it could prove to be tricky, especially if the same thing that happened last season happens with the injuries and things like that. Because that's also another thing that we need to consider, is that these players that the other big teams are buying aren't necessarily starting 11 players. True. They're just going to add to what they already have going on. You know what I mean? And that makes them more competitive, not only in the Premier League, but in Europe as well. But speaking of Liverpool, staying on that, what do you think about Ibrahima himself, Konate? I'm not sure if you've actually caught glimpses of him.
Nah, I haven't watched him play as much, but I think them appearing for Virgil van Dijk is a good thing. If your team is solid at the back, then you don't have to worry about conceding goals. And that's also one of the most important factors for me personally. But in football, if you're not conceding, then it means that you're doing something else, which is scoring. Yeah. So I think appearing for Van Dijk also is a good thing.
Do you think it was needed, considering that they do have Joe Gomez, they do have Malankane there at the back, Matip, and who else? Who am I missing?
I think it's important, man, because we saw what happened as soon as Van Dijk got injured.
Yeah.
So it meant that they had 5-6 different centre back pairings chopping and changing from when Van Dijk was injured.
Yeah.
So if you have a replacement who's going to be as good as the guy that you already have, then it means that you don't really have anything to worry about.
True. I also think that Ibrahima Konate is actually a really solid signing, especially for the amount of money that they spent, which is in and around like 40 million. He's a solid defender. He played really well for Leipzig. And he was a partner with Upamecano, who eventually went to Bayern, which for me, arguably at some point was one of the best defenders in the world. So he has experience in the Bundesliga, which is a tough league, and in Europe as well, in the Champions League. So he's coming into a setup, a winning team. You know what I mean? Liverpool have been winning trophies for the past few years now, and he's coming into the mentality of, we need to go into this season strong.
So you said, in your opinion, he was one of the best centre-backs in the world. So
Upamecano.
Yeah.
Yes.
So who's the best centre-back in the world currently for you?
Currently, for me, I'm still going to give it to Virgil van Dijk. I'd still give it to Virgil.
Based on what?
Based on the accolades and just the record that Liverpool had when he was in the team as far as them conceding goals and how influential he was for the side that went on to win the Champions League, the side that went on to win the Premier League. I feel like him having such a strong influence on that team in particular. I know last year, we can't count that one because he was injured for the whole season. Probably, let's just write that one off. But I feel like for me, he is still the best defender.
So based on what you said, would you then say that same would apply for a Tony Rudiger?
No. Why? No, because I feel like Chelsea didn't have. I don't think Antonio Rudiger was as influential for Chelsea winning the Champions League as Virgil van Dijk was when Liverpool won the Champions League and the Premier League. I feel like you would say that Jorginho was the best player.
Mendy, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas whereas
the whole team.
Just look at the pecking order. So Rudiger's probably my fifth, sixth in terms of being influential in that side that won that trophy. But Virgil van Dijk won PFA Player of the Year. You know what I mean? He was runner-up, I think, in the Ballon D'Or, if I'm not mistaken, even. Or top 3. And they argued for the fact that, it would be nice to see a defender win it because he deserved it. So the influence that he had, I feel, is the deciding factor.
Just to shower a bit, speaking of the Ballon d'Or, do you then say this is Jorginho's season to win it? Based on everything he has won, just from the season. He's basically won everything in Europe.
True.
Is he not then in contention?
He definitely is in contention.
Or is it like a Lewandowski thing?
Yes.
Based on the fact that he banged whatever amount of goals that he did.
I think it's good. I think for me it'll go to Lewandowski also because of the season before. They went on a null and void. I think we spoke about this.
Yeah, we
also.
did. We once covered it.
Yeah, like they didn't give him the trophy because of everything that had happened before, and I felt like that was an unfair kind of gesture from UEFA.
Yeah.
So I think now they feel like they owe him the honor of giving him the because he was also very good.
It's not going to be based on merit. Like, come on.
He was the highest goal scorer in Europe.
Yeah, Jorginho won the Champions League.
Yes.
He won the Super Cup. He won the Euros. He won everything there is to win.
True.
Literally everything there is to win in Europe.
The Premier League.
Never mind the Premier League. But the big stuff. Yeah, but you lost the final. It's fine. But everything that matters in Europe, Jorginho won.
True. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. A lot is in his favor. Pundits, journalists are in his favor as well. So it should be interesting to see how that one goes down in France. But, for me, the FIFA Ballon d'Or has become monotonous.
Okay.
Boring.
Big English word.
Nah, not even. But it's become
I will
boring.
add a subtitle for that.
No, I genuinely think...
Is it a noun? No, what?
No. You see, now it's a spelling bee. No, it's not a spelling bee. It's a football channel. But
Sorry.
Yeah, I think that it's just become boring. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, Messi and Cristiano deserved to win, the accolades back and forth and this, that, and the third.
But what about everyone else who are doing just as great as them?
Who else was
I'm just asking, what about everyone else?
There was no one else.
When was this? Which season is this?
Now, I'm just saying, for the past 10, 15 years.
No way.
And you see, now we're off ramp.
No way.
We're talking about the Ballon d'Or.
No way.
Liverpool Premier League teams.
Biased.
So, I also wanted to touch on another one. Another, dark horse, as we always say every season. But they never seem to be able to get it over the line. And that's Leicester City. Leicester have been an amazing side since they came back into the Premier League. I think it was in 2015. And after that tremendous season where they defied the odds. we've seen them invest quite smart in players that have gone on to become superstars at other clubs. Case in point being Golo Kante,
Riyad Mahrez,
Idrissa Gueye, Riyad Mahrez. You know, there's so many others, and within their own team as well, we have Jamie Vardy, who's been a mainstay. We've got players like Barnes coming in, Fofana, Schmeichel. So there's a good
also
blend.
Ayoze
Perez and Yuri Tillemans.
Yeah.
So they have a good blend of young and experienced players. What do you think is the reason they can't seem to get it over the line as far as qualifying for the Champions League? What is the missing piece?
They're not consistent. There's nothing that's missing at Leicester. They're not consistent. That's all it is. That's the honest truth, man.
Yeah.
And I think when they did what they did, it was one of those seasons for them. You know, like, oh damn, these guys. Yeah.
But they won the FA Cup last season, beating Chelsea.
FA Cup.
It's an important cup.
No, man.
It is.
It's a Tupperware Cup, man. it's not anything important in Europe. Yeah,
True.
But Leicester, in my own opinion, Leicester they're not a very consistent side. Yeah, they have a great balance. There's balance in the team. There's experience. There's youthfulness. There's skill. There's tactical. Like there's you understand
Brendan
what I mean?
is a solid coach, Brendan.
Yeah, Brendan Rodgers is a solid coach. We also saw when he was still at Liverpool. Yeah, Brendan is a solid coach. It's just that a bit of inconsistency. It's like Leeds United.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Are they consistent?
No,
They're
but
not.
no. I get the
comparison.
The comparison, but I wouldn't necessarily jump that far because Leeds have only been in the Premier League for now going on to 2 years, and it would be harsh to compare them to Leicester, who have had an opportunity to try again. So
it's football. There's nothing. Everything about football is harsh. Everything about it. You could literally dominate the match for 90 minutes and lose it at the 91st.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I can't argue against that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Ultimately, I think that Manchester United, in terms of like teams who have made very good signings. I think we even touched on this in the last episode. Definitely Manchester United. Definitely Manchester City. I actually think Arsenal made some pretty good signings. I just think that the problems are internal more than anything else.
Hence the question I asked you the previous episode. Are the players that bad? Is the management that bad?
I think it's more than just the manager being bad. I genuinely think it's a case of it being rotten from the top. You know what I mean? There's no one who has experience at that level. Edu was a former player. He has never been in that type of role before. And to throw him into the deep end, because Arsenal are a very big global club.
True.
So to throw him into the deep end like that is not necessarily unfair, but it's a very appalling move from the club itself and the owners. So only time will tell. I wanted to touch top what's your top 6?
Actually, before the
Refresh
top 6, there's something I saw midweek and my heart was broken. Jack Wilshere.
Jack. You like these throwbacks?
Yeah.
You
know why? Because Jack. Wilshere. But Jack Wilshere, like he was at some point. He
was a Mnandi. He was a Mnandi, and
What do you think went wrong there?
I think what went wrong
because he used to bust up wild with Ozil like before and after training.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think what went wrong was fitness. It happens, man.
Yeah, he was always overrated.
Yeah, we can not necessarily overrated, but just it was like fragile.
Yeah.
Like you have players like that, man. It's just the natural order of things.
Like a Samir Nasri.
Well, he was a bit consistent, but Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley.
He's actually out of favor.
Out of favor.
He doesn't have a kit number currently. Doesn't have a squad number currently.
Wait, isn't he at Villa?
No.
Oh, that was a loan.
No, it was a loan. He came back. Yeah.
Oh, man, what a terrible.
He doesn't have a squad number.
But going back into that, I think some players are just unfortunate in that sense. Some players, it happens when they're young. I was watching an interview with Sir Alex Ferguson where he named a few players that were part of the class of 92, but they never actually made it into the actual team itself due to injury and some other things. Because you have to think about it. When you're young and you're that famous, Jack Wilshere was a prospect at the time. You know what I mean? Wonder Kid, English, So the media is always going to be on you. And when you're 19, 18 and have so much weight on your shoulders, you're still a teenager. You still want to do teenage things, as we saw last season with Greenwood, Mason Greenwood, and
Phil
Foden.
Foden.
You know what I mean? Those things happen, and sometimes with other players it goes too far, and you can't necessarily get them back. But with Jack Wilshere, it was just it's sad and unfortunate, but it's sometimes just the cycle of football where a young promising talent just never actually lived up to those expectations, and also change in management also. He came into the fray when Arsene Wenger was on his way out also, you know what I mean? So it wasn't necessarily going to be like his, Santi Cazorla, who was a gorgeous footballer. Played with him, got to experience that. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on that.
It's just unfortunate, man. Like for me personally, because
you look tight.
I am. I was a huge Jack fan, bro. Like
same
a huge one.
Same here.
Left foot.
He had a Fabregas.
Exactly. He had something about it. He was English. Yeah. He was aggressive. He was, you know what I mean? Like everything. Like he was a complete player in his position.
He was a good footballer.
And it's just, man.
He's clubless now.
Yeah. He's clubless.
Damn it.
And
must come
depressed.
trial there at Mamelodi Sundowns. You must come trial there at Mamelodi Sundowns.
Hectic. That's all I have to say. Hectic. What's your top 6 prediction?
City.
Biased.
Have to. City, Chelsea, Liverpool, United.
Took you
Tottenham, Leicester.
Took you some time to actually fit United into the list.
The jury's still out on them. I'm not gonna lie, man. I still need to see some substance there, but
They're still on fraud watch.
Still on fraud watch, basically, yeah.
All right. I don't have one. I don't make predictions.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't make predictions.
You're a superstitious guy.
No, I don't. I just don't make predictions.
Okay.
Yeah, because people hold you on. Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna make any prediction. Yeah, but we'll revisit this episode at end of the season.
End of the season, just to see how
accurate you are.
Wow, hectic. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Any parting words?
Nah, no parting words, man.
You introed us. You need to outro us.
Must I intro you?
You need to get used to how things work.
In and out.
You understand?
No, I don't have a welcome doormat at my house, so it's not hectic. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in once again. Don't forget to
like, share, subscribe, post, retweet, Tumblr,
send Sandile DM,
Gmail. I wouldn't.
Oh, you're doing emails now?
I mean, we need if we can
get emails now.
We can get a couple of people on our mailing list. That wouldn't be a bad thing.
You're doing emails now?
Yeah.
Moving
also,
soft.
to all you fresh people we always see out and about in the streets who don't want to come on the show. You know who you are. You know.
Nah, he's gonna be mad when he sees that.
Nah, he's not gonna be mad. He needs to come onto the show and vent.
Rather name drop him, bro.
Yeah, no.
Like name drop him.
I'm not gonna name drop.
Like
he knows
name drop him.
Then actually, it's not him. It's
them.
more than
But one of them is like when you take a W and then you separate a W gives you something. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Me, I'm not gonna say anything. Thank you very. We'll actually email him this episode.
Okay, yeah,
cool. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Road to how many subscribers? By the time you watch this, it's probably 100 subscribers. Because now we're sitting on...
You need to dream big, boy.
Yeah, I get now it's 100. We're saying 100, 200, 300. Okay. Then we say Plague Boys. And then we go on.
Coming in with the Plague.
Yeah, boy. Double donkey. That's all I'm saying. In conclusion, the humble man always wins. And what do we say?
Alhamdulillah.
We thank God.
Thank you.
Beer. Beers. And football.